ago also makes sense. They don't play it all that often. And Dust2 will remain if we go all the way there. Both teams do play it a decent amount. Wildcard play it more, have the better record, including a win against NRG twice and against Nouns twice as well. It's Boss 2, but we can get into Anubis here and now and figure out what is going to happen here. First snap is up the record final winner. Does not have to play two best of three small, only needs to play one massive advantage in these two-day close qualifiers. And susp, what a shot on the breeze. Pixel angle being held by the veteran from North America. And susp will remove it easily. Ozzy doesn't have the same success against OC. He still does some damage. Some more taps and still has two boxes now, but automatic tap away, and susp has fallen.
Tying things back up, I believe, covering the super soldier weapon from his fallen comrade over at the pixel angle. Wildcard are still peeking and probing for information as well. 2-2 setup, one's watching mid from A. Camera. Looks like B is going to be site of choice. All four grouping up, slowly pushing forward. Now, one player is close to rebuke, that's Stanislaw. IGL going to be tested in a big way, tucked in towards Pizza. It's going to be contact from the NRG camp. Finally, there we go. Taking steps, flashing in. Still close. He's not clear. Stanislaw, 1, 2. Support as well. Nitro finally drops his IGL counterpart, but the damage has been done. 2 versus 3. They will be given the luxury of bomb plant. It's going to be an uphill battle in this post plant. 2 versus 3. Nitro taps away Fozy. Big duel to find early. Very well done. Sonic on the dualies, though. Blindsides Nitro. Automatic is stuck at Cave. Again, the very same player blindsiding him. Sonic on the dualies. Gets it done. Diffuse comes through, but NRG with the bomb plant should probably have a 4 spy going into round number 2.
They should have a 4 spy. Bomb plant 3 kills. We should see a couple of Galils, maybe an AK, although I doubt that. Mac 10's around, but OC going straight for the Deagle. Nitro AK utility. Breeze AK no utility. Thinks better of it. May go for the Mac 10. May go for the Tech 9. Automatic goes Mac 10. Hext will also make his decision. Galil, no util. Same with Breeze. So they do go 3 rifles, 1 SMG, 1 Deagle. An okay amount of utility, all things considered, especially given the fact that OC went all in on the util. And Wildcard will have 3 MP9s and 2 M4s to try and rebuke this eventual take. Kits on 2, important to note. Helmets on all 5. Utility a little weaker for the CT side than what their opponents have. But Stanislaw up close and personal will have the sound cues of automatic, good support of flash, automatic roasting, and finally put down. Actually, nice for Stanislaw to get the extra 300 there. As he will still be alive and kicking. Goes for more, and Nitro falls as well. JBA next to hold here on the A site as the T's take control. Fozy spots out the bomb, and Breeze removes him nicely. Hext will do what he can from pool, but he is now the last man standing, and will find nothing. A flawless anti-force buy from Wildcard. Good clean duels, good calm and collected rotations, well-placed and timed utility. Overall, fantastic work from Wildcard in that second round, making the CT side start off quite nicely.
Very solid start for them. This map is T-sided for NRG, CT-sided for Wildcard. Making sure I read that right, because that's not normally how it goes. They have an almost 70% win rate on the CT side. Wildcard. Also, I feel like it's important to note that they have a head-to-head matchup about 2 weeks ago. It was at CCT, and it was a 2-0 for Wildcard on Dust2 and Ancient. Very important to note because those very same maps are potentially going to be played in this series. Wildcard, though, in this round should have a relatively good, easy time getting across the line. It's Deagles against them, so they could always lose a player or two to the 1 Deags, but should have this round on lock even in spite of that. Barring any crazy heroics from an individual on NRG.
Bomb plant is what NRG desire, and bomb plant is what they shall achieve. OC puts that down. JBA, 1 easy, goes for more. Cannot quite get the next, as Nitro will put him down with a Deagle headshot. Fozy coming into window, spots out both, knows they're both there. Molotov forces Nitro into the open. Stanislaw being wary of somebody up close. As Nitro falls, so does Breeze. Defuse comes through, only one casualty, just an MP9 too. Nothing too shabby here for Wildcard, but their first real test will be forthcoming. The op will be out for OC, presumably. And Wildcard, will they go for an op to counter? I don't believe they will here. A technical pause has been called. And we'll see how long this lasts. Hopefully not too long.
No one's
And I'm
disconnected
curious
yet. That's a good sign.
Yeah. I'm curious as to which team has to call it here.
I guess it's either OC or Nitro because neither one's invested. Off the wing. See, this is the first real test, though, as you said. This is the rifle round. Just OC yet to invest. Contemplated in the op as well, potentially. NRG had done well. They didn't really get much damage in the last 2 rounds, but they got the bomb plant in the last round. Gives them a bit of extra cash for some utility. Also shows that they can still get relatively close to getting across the line, even with subpar weaponry. Tech pause. Proven to be a lengthy one. Everybody stopped moving. Not even typing at this point.
Yeah. Nitro's bot, so there's that.
He bought, and then I was hearing typing, and now everything's just still completely.
Yep.
You're dropping the server.
I'm very confused as to what this is caused by. And
Why?
yeah. Very interesting. Either way, though, we will resume at some point in the hopefully not too distant future and see what NRG have to throw at Wildcard here. He said Wildcard, a nearly 70% win rate on that CT side, 68.9, 1.1 percentage points away from 70. That is absolutely fantastic. Meanwhile, for NRG, 52% on the CT side, 64.3% on the offensive.
This is a T-sided map, technically.
Technically.
Wildcard do have that very massive CT-side stat line. It's crazy how much success they find. It looks like we are finally into it. OC yet to invest, but he's got 16 seconds or thereabouts to do so. Susp bonusing on the the MP9, excuse me. Pretty good weapon. Stanislaw holding on to that Galil. The only person that's in danger of being able to buy in the round following is JBA. He's at $100 remaining, but everybody else is above 4.5. Very comfortable on the CT side. No ops to be played with in round number 4. Straight AKs for NRG. The aforementioned bonus for Wildcard. X getting close in A main. Fozy not respecting it, but he's already gone. Breeze opens up the round, finding Stanislaw. Susp drops automatic, but Breeze doubles down. A quick trade in the middle. Sees Wildcard on the back foot for the first time in this map. 3 versus 4, Fozy. Playing an off angle around the smoke in the flames. NRG aren't committing towards A, not quite yet. The bomb is here. They will at long last look for those entries. 2 players here, JBA, Fozy. Trying to rebuke this take. Holding their ground. She's going to force the issue. They're going to push in. Spotting one, do some good damage. No kills in those opening engagements.
That flash is to keep anybody from aggressing. NRG well aware of this possibility and playing the counter. Smoke will drop though, so no more pushing, but Breeze is all the way up through middle. Fozy not expecting that, and now 2 blind mice run into each other, and it's JBA to win both. AK in hand as he ran out of ammunition, but he cannot take out OC as well. Too many players around the corner, but he did enough to make this winnable for Sonic. No utility in the 1 versus 2. Breeze peeks in, and he will win that clean. Big individual round from Breeze. All 4 of his kills coming in round number 4. And there's the first round of the board for NRG. They'll get their guns back in hand, go back for another buy, and Wildcard will finally have their first official full buy. Although their economy is going to be severely hampered following this round if they lose it. They do have the op for Fozy, though. That's his primary weapon of choice. We'll see what he can do with it. No big green gun to counter for OC. The Galil still in the hands of Hext. Only Stanislaw lacks the helm. And so, we'll see if that Galil comes into a factor, either positively or negatively for NRG. That's a very aggressive angle from Fozy, but Sonic's going to be the one who actually gets caught. Hext double dinks. And I think they expect an extra player towards E-Box, too. Fozy backs away. That's good. Do not want to get caught up. Never mind! Ooh. He's still aggressing, and Hext will get 2 for the price of 1.
It's a big second to find. The op taken down before it can have any impact. Stuck around for a bit too long. I think you're right. I like the setup when there's 2 of them, but when your teammate gets picked apart cleanly like that, you need to head for the hills ASAP. He's punished for his trepidation. 3 versus 4. Again, Wildcard find themselves on the back foot following the opening engagements. Stanislaw, though, a lot of map control taken. Susp got some info over towards B. His flank needs to be quick if they want to have a chance in this round. Susp needs at least 1 on the B side as well, and he finds nothing. Breeze entering out, already becoming a menace in the serve. That's his 5th thus far, 5th in 2 rounds. Breeze will finally be felled. It's an immediate trade in response to leave the IGL, the veteran of Stanislaw, alone in a 1v3.
Stanislaw has a decent history as an individual, not just as an in-game leader, but this win will be a tall task for him. No kit, no utility. And it looks like he's just going to play for exits. OC may be his only chance for a victim, though. No way automatic goes down to him all the way out towards Canal. OC running away, making... What a shot!
That was
Holy
disgusting.
Cow.
Unreal shot from OC. There's nothing that Stanislaw could have done other than hit the headshot, the double dink, and even then, I don't know if he got to fire 2 bullets in that engagement. It was that quick.
That was...
Unfortunate.
That was nuts.
OC swapping over to his favored weapon, though. In spite of that nasty flick, he's on the op. Wildcard, as you mentioned, their economy was on the cusp. It's now been sent over the edge. Susp and Sonic have Deagles, 1 set of Kevlar for Susp, and a flash for Stanislaw, all they muster in this round. And OC's op. It's fiery to start things off in this one. Catches Sonic towards E-Box early. And nade in middle tags Fozy down to 13 HP. Breeze drops Susp. Stanislaw trying to find something over the smoke, but he's been spotted. Once again, he's dead. Spray transfer down, doesn't quite connect for automatic, but at this point, the round should be NRG's, and it should be won cleanly.
Automatic may get caught here. JBA 1 on the swivel, but he cannot find the second. Stylish with the animation to boot, but only 1. And you don't really get extra kills for style points in this game, do you, Nate? No extra rounds on the board, no extra economy. Makes for a nice clip if you want to do it, but okay. 2 kills now, no bomb plant. A little more out of the round here, as Fozy could elect to save the AK too. Wouldn't be a bad idea. As he goes probing for more. Probably going to be more on the safe side, however.
3rd kill in the round would be pretty solid in terms of economic damage. Hex does hold this exact. Fozy's dead. Yeah, Fozy's dead. Okay, timing was everything there. Low on HP. Hex gets him. NRG pretty swiftly tie things up once the rifles come through. Wildcard have another chance at bat in round number 7. 4 M4s are likely 5th unless they want to go glass cannon. There it is. No kit to be seen on the CT side, though, and that's concerning given the fact that Fozy could sell that helmet and buy a kit.
That is concerning. And NRG had done a good job at getting the bomb down, too. Heavy B lean from the T side right now. Susp is boosted up over the top of the smoke. It is an angle that can be expected and exploited, and he will actually drop off instead. Probably could have gotten a couple of kills out of it as it wasn't actually watched for, but he's blind and still nails 1. Sonic creeping around fire gets caught. As now there's players coming up through E-Box too. Fozy responds onto Nitro as smokes bloom across the site. Bomb is yet to get planted on the possession of automatic. He'll flash Hext into Canal for a bit more information. And OC's op will strike for a critical kill, leveling this out at a 3 versus 3. OC peering into Temple, sees nothing over that smoke, smoke, and a retake smoke actually thrown in by Wildcard. It doesn't matter, though, it was automatic on site, has the Swedish duo dead to rights. And JBA, the last one standing, will try to retreat and elude automatic, who's on the hunt for him, has read this well. It all comes down to timing, and automatics heard those footsteps.
Seems like it. He's already here. JBA, it's all on timing. Spots the player, takes so much damage. Can he survive around Cake? Does win that duel, and no one else is hunting. So he will survive this M4, or maybe an AK in hand if he wants to go grab that. Actually gets a second as well. Hex just started up the pace, hoping to get that kill. It would have been a big one to find, but didn't go his way. The hunt was justifiable. Lots of money in the bank for NRG. They take away the lead 4-3. Wildcard. Be an odd half pie around the saved weapon. Eagle 5.7, P250, MP9, no kit, a little bit of utility. And a dream for Wildcard.
Automatic singed, but he deals with JBA nicely. Looks for more, knows Stanislaw's around. OC's op will find another. He's been very good with that overall. Bit rough on Inferno, but still had good performance on it. Been better and better as time has gone on tonight. Sonic 2 on the Deagle, though. Fozy 1 on the MP9, and now we have ourselves a round. It's 2 versus 2. No bomb plant. A-site, or rather B-site controlled by NRG. Wildcard have one on A, another one creeping through middle. But this has now become winnable here for the CTs if they want to risk things. They don't have armor on Sonic, no kit. It's still worth it, though, theoretically.
So they can find one early.
Yeah.
Dispose point. Really good, though. Really solid. Fozy clearing out the close angles, not seeing anything, not being given anything.
Time.
Yeah, time is a factor at this point. Sonic's going to go for it. Actually, still outright committing.
That's it.
Wondering how long it would take for Fozy to turn around. Finally does it. OC exiting over towards Temple. His teammate in tow. They won't hunt. They'll just stay alive. Don't want to give that op away for free. 5-3. 2 players surviving on both sides of the equation.
Back in on a buyer wild card, but they've surrendered 3 in a row, or 5 in a row, excuse me. Started off with 3 in a row, and NRG have taken control. Wild card. I would have liked to see a timeout, a tactical timeout from them here, going into this round. Stop the bleeding, get back into winning ways, get yourself towards 6, which at this point is probably your best case scenario. Winning the last 4 in a row would be a bit of a difficult task. They don't go for the timeout. They're going to go straight back into it. Default for NRG, looking for peaks from Wildcard. Very B-heavy. In fact, A's abandoned at this stage of the game. Not a single soul to defend the site. And NRG are waltzing on in. They do a contact. They're not going to contact, so that flash will give some information over to Wildcard. But NRG prone to contact plays out on sites. We saw that in their entire series against Nouns. Surely Wildcard are going to realize maybe it's A, because we've seen nothing B. 45 seconds to go. We need to probably... Oh my gosh, they're full stacking B.
Gambling.
On a gun round.
Left. How are they going to retake?
They can't.
Stanislaw wins the duel. Yeah, they can't win now with, yeah, the lack of utility. They finally realized it after finding that kill, but the fake's already been sold. Smoked out of camera. NRG have an oppressive hold set into sight. Coming out, Hex has the first, automatic the second on the boosting player. Up close is only good for one. Fozy can't rechamber in time, and susp falls as well. Stanislaw, the man who found his rival Nitro at the start of this round, at the start of the take, I should say, is now in a 1v3. He's already across the map with his M4 in tow. Trying to save NRG. 6th secured. Wildcard's economy once more broken.
Broken indeed, our wild card. Far from ideal. They'll have an op for... They call a timeout now, and I don't know if they're going to... They're going to double... Okay, they're going to single op. Buy up here. Minimal utility. Susp will have an MP9, or if, never mind, he'll get dropped in M4 or A4. They'll... Okay, the utility's better than I thought, but... Something needs to change for Wildcard. I'm not sure what it is. But their CT side that started off so wonderfully has turned into a sieve. NRG have not found it difficult to get these rounds.
Oh. Wildcard looking a bit flustered. That over-rotation the round prior. A bit naive. Cody's quite good. It's actually a far better buy than I would have anticipated.
Yeah.
See Fozy do something like that, a little bit aggressive maybe. And there's an aggressive pick. In towards E-Box. He pushes, finds Hex. A big one to find. Now potentially an Opera's duel. Over towards B main. The OC isn't overextending. Fozy might though. Good flash. Actually migrating across the map. Instead looking towards middle for his next opportunity.
Flash goes behind Breeze, but Sonic will still win that fight. Molotov will, Incendiary will be tossed out. OC will strike again. Takes about half of his damage, but he's still alive and kicking. Takes another shot through that smoke. Won't connect onto anybody else yet. 4v3 favoring Wildcard, but Nitro's creeping E-Bucks. Undiscovered until Sonic puts him down. Automatic trades. Fozy won, and only one more to find. That is automatic. He'll back away behind the smoke. Use that as cover as Stanislaw comes in from behind, allowing Wildcard to play much more defensively here. Flash high by JBA. Automatic looking for something, but it's all a matter of timing and who finds automatic first. Stanislaw technically finds him first, but Fozy finds the kill before his in-game leader. Off the back of the timeout, Wildcard finally get another round on the board. A long time coming, and a double op setup will actually be in effect here as well. Sonic will hold on to that secondary big green gun. But a good round from Wildcard. It
was a solid round. A little bit more aggression, using that op as a spear point. I believe it was towards E-Box, where it found the opening. Need some more of that. Playing close, aggressive on B as well. Stanislaw's at FAMAS in this one. Uzi, the run boost down, quick E-Box. He might just dismantle the secondary op that's present. At bay by the Molotov instead. So a minute 25 left in the round with no casualties and only a bit of chip on the OC who ran through the flames.
Molotov forces JBA into Hex. Had OC backing him up. And no damage back from the young American rifler. 3 players through middle for NRG. Only one defending A left. It's Fozy. He's in a bit of a tough spot if he gets pushed from both sides at once. Susp creeping through Canal has Stanislaw with him, but Hext is watching for just misses. The crosshair Stanislaw now, that's a backstab one. Fozy, though, caught from Hext over in A main. And that will allow the bomb to go down on the A side proper. All 3 remaining Wildcard players coming through main as well. Hex can shut it all down, but he falls to the USP of all things. Smoke blooms, but Sonic charges in. That secondary op shining brightly right now. Man advantage Wildcard. Automatic on the double flank. Trying to swap spots again with Wildcard. Popping through that smoke in perfect timing. 1-2 from behind. And Stanislaw taken out by Nitro. Automatic saves the day as Sonic almost pushed Wildcard to round victory. But in the end, it didn't even matter.
So close. So close for Wildcard. Other economies a bit hammed strung heading into the final round of the first half. 2 MP9s, 2 M4s, one of them being an A4 as well for Sonic. Fozy still on his op. He's had a pretty solid map for himself. NRG. Still have the op for OC, of course, along with 4 AKs. Solid investment for them, never a doubt about that. The slow walk again for the default of NRG. The default focused primarily on A. Spotting towards B and middle very passively. The NRG crew.
Fozy's looking for something to ignite the op. No one lurking too close to A main. NRG contends to wait for another push. The flash will blind Hext and force him away, but he won't be deterred for long. Regains his position, dodges that shot from Fozy. With 54 seconds left, NRG are still content to wait around outside of A. Are they going to flash through and go through the smoke? They're debating it. Flashes, nades in. JBA waiting for them to come through. Played anti-flash for himself. The bomb went first. And it's at the feet of JBA. Grabs an AK. This might get messy, but he's caught by automatic instead. Return fire through that smoke. Not yet to be recovered, though. What a shot from OC. Another great one. Stanislaw goes forward for one. But his teammates are falling around him. All up to Sonic. Down to OC. 8-4 NRG T-half into the break.
8-4 half for NRG. It was a slow start, but once the rifles came through, they did not slow down. Pineapple Phillips and Boggs to bring the action, and Wildcard now to bring things back on their T side. The T side is their statistically weaker side. You want to call it weaker. They still have a very respectable 55.4% chance to win. Additionally, this is the weaker side for NRG as well on this map. A 52.0% win rating. Let's see which team proves stronger. Smoke and Kevlar for Nitro. Flash to Breeze. Doolies for OC on this defense. No kit. Versus the full belt of utility for Stanislaw and the P250 for Fozy. Duel at range and E-Box for Hexed. Chances around this smoke, but no real damage exchange from either side thus far.
Susp begins to run on to E-Box, the smoke guising his vision. Hexed around with OC's dual Berettas. OC actually falls first. JBA traded out, but Sonic there for the refrag. 2 for 1. Now it's Sonic and Susp to explode into the site proper. Bomb goes down. Nitro 1v4. No kit. And reasonably no chance of winning this round. You would have to be given 4-1 versus 1s, and Wildcard have no mind to do that at all. Nitro knows that they're not likely to give him those chances, so what he's going to do is save that Kevlar for the next round, force in. But that's both pistol rounds being converted by Wildcard. Keep in mind, they only had one gun round victory in the previous half. Pistol round, sure, but can they do it with the guns is the better question that is yet to be answered. In the affirmative, that is.
Have to wait and see. If Susp would get activated as well, that would be big. Nitro saves his Kevlar and his smoke. 8-5, and likely 8-6 off the back of it. Question is, will NRG force or not? It looks like they will. 5-7, MP9s. OC Naughty, what are you guys going to get? The flash for OC, and a CZ, okay, there we go, CZ armor. Same for automatic as well. It's a very scary buy to contend with, but if Wildcard play their round right, it should be theirs relatively cleanly.
They have to play their cards right, though, and avoid getting run down by CZs, 5-7s, MP9s. Easier said than done sometimes. Very slow round from Wildcard. Hoping and praying somebody from this NRG side begins to hunt. Get antsy and anxious. Peek in. Smoke Molly combo thrown by JBA. Counter smoke by Nitro. And he will still be able to sit around as OC takes some Molotov damage as well. But things have continued to slow down and stall in this mid-round. Neither team eager to fight. That will change shortly as we get down under the 45-second mark. A seems to be the end. Nitro spotted around the corner. Lots of damage. Nade might just do him in, however, and it will indeed connect. JBA, another one, but OC up close. Almost 2 with the 5, with the CZ, rather. An automatic comes through with that trade. 2 versus 2. The bomb moving in towards the A side, but it has been spotted. Utility out. Smoke window. There's a big
too deep
gap. That is way too deep. Molotov extinguishes as well. They have to know this is an opportunity for automatic, but they cannot shut him down. In comes Breeze, and NRG on the force buy. Capitalize massively. Another huge round from automatic, who's having himself a game here in this first map of the series. And, well, a blunder from Wildcard, and no mistake. Losing that counter force and now being forced into a force buy themselves.
Tech 9s are very fearsome. Forcing the close range duels versus the CZ really does them in. And that pistol can be very hard to control, but when it works, it really works. Aggression towards A is the call. Automatic already spotted it. Nitro throwing in utility to pepper them as they run in. His M4 spray misses the mark. OC. Fill the gap, finds one and falls away, but he's low on HP. Automatic's a late flank, not expected. He finds one, tags a second. but Sonic is there on the trade. Still an advantage for NRG, but only a tenuous advantage. 3 versus 2 with the player on 3 HP. Bomb is already down and about a third of the way ticked through. JBA caught. Good damage gives Sonic an opportunity. So much done to Breeze, but he just can't get the kill. NRG make the retake work. Keep 3 alive. Very, very close round that could have gone either direction.
Yeah, very close round. And NRG are lucky to be able to capitalize on that. So low on health at the end of that. Doesn't matter, though. They won the round, kept 3 alive. That's what matters. Plenty of utility. Plenty of guns. Money's not great, but a chance to build. It's a deco here for Wildcard, although 3 players do have armor. Stanislaw Tech 9 and a vest. JBA, susp, Deagle and vests. Fozy and Sonic just the hand cannon and nothing more. Susp getting activated, as you said, though, would be a big boost for Wildcard's chances. Meanwhile, pretty much everybody on NRG is having a good, solid game, except for Nitro, who is calling anyway, so it's not like his job is to get all the kills. OC, damage, but not a kill. Bit of an awkward angle, especially against the Deagles. Doesn't want to play a headshot angle. Gets 1 and almost 2. Out comes Hex to attempt the refrag, and he does a lot on that spam after finishing OC's mess. Nitro will come through for 1 as automatic. Took out Fozy, leaving Sonic tagged and bagged by Breeze on the flank. 2 more rounds for NRG, and we're going to Ancient very early. Confident on their map pick here, and looking to win 3 in a row if you go back to their last series.
They are. NRG, very good look right now. Just a wall, as you mentioned. Nitro, struggling a bit individually. That's not his job. Hext, OC, and Breeze at 11 to pop. There's no weak spot that can be exploited. Sure, some of the individuals for Wildcard are fiery hot. Looking at Fozy and Sonic. They're both being eclipsed by Automatic, who's really woken up. Doesn't happen too often anymore. Good to see him find his form again. Slow round once more. Wildcard praying for an opening that will be given to them. Of course, none being offered. 2 on B, 1 middle. 2 holding A on the platform. He boosted up OC's op. Try and find an opening.
Nouns we're playing. Wildcard.
Slow. Playing on mistakes rather than playing to their strengths.
Not a reliable win.
No.
It's a good idea, but it's not capitalized upon by Nitro. Susp is traded by OC, who now has to op around Cake, but he can get a couple of kills. Good flick onto the next player in. Spots out the arm of Stanislaw, runs through fire, burns down low. Saved by that smoke, but just barely. Caught by JBA, dropping, but he's done enough to buy time for rotations. The lurk is caught as well. Sonic was trying to hold Canal. Automatic in, JBA down. Stanislaw 1-2 on the lineup, and that's opened up the door for Wildcard here. Hext is coming in from behind. That is known by NRG, or by Wildcard rather. And Hext, thinking he's got a big brain play this one, goes all the way back to B. We'll realize it's not B. Had to jet all the way back to A, but this has given him a little more room to work with. However, Stanislaw seems to have read this like a picture book. The damage taken by Stan, though, very, very wounded. 2 shots to the chest. He's done! Headshot did the job instead. A little spray at the end there from Hext as well. And it's 7 rounds now of map point for NRG.
An impressive showing on Anubis. Showing us why it was their map pick. A bit worried given the stats, but they've definitely silenced my doubts, at least for the time being. Tactical pause used by Wildcard, rightly so. Could have even used one earlier, in my opinion.
Again, yeah, I was going to say, again, a little late.
They're not full AKs, they're going to lack utility, though. Susp only has a smoke, same with JBA. Sonic actually has no utility. And it's the same for Fozy. They have enough smokes for a take, 1 flash to make sure they can't squander it, and 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Molotov to clear out a pesky angle, but... 1 Mol It's barely enough to cover the bases.
You think it's something fast?
Got to be something fast, or they got to wait and then go for something explosive. Can't afford to run defaults and slowly use utility that they just don't have. What that is, I don't know. Walk middle. At 4, maybe even 5 are coming in this direction. One is going down below. They're sitting rugs, I should say. That's sus. Or no, JBA, excuse me. But everybody else walking middle. Contact play. Automatic. Catches 1, spots 2 more. So much damage done by him. He only gets 1 for 1, but still a lot of damage being thrown in there. Nitro mauling, stymieing the aggressive play in middle. Breeze as well, popping open to the smoke to look for damage. Molotov again in towards camera. Push comes through. It was supposed to be a fast play. It's been slowed down. It's even footing as the bomb hits dirt. 3 versus 3. Stanislaw and susp are low, however. Susp in temple, totally unexpected. Finds 1 and gives them the advantage. Hex ties it back up to a piece. It's tit for tat. JBA's hiding in A main, waiting for susp to activate. Time is becoming a factor. Breeze. By tapping the bomb, there we go. Tries to compel them forward. He compels JBA out. Gets to the 180. Big one to find. The last one here now has 2 lit players to contend with, and he simply can't get it done. NRG take the map 13-5. A very convincing showing from them as they shut down Wildcard in the opening map of the series.
That was incredibly convincing from NRG from start to finish. They lost both pistol rounds and won the map 13-5. They lost the first 3 rounds and won it 13-5. Absolutely fantastic. G and Wildcard. I'm Boggs. He's Pineapple Phillips. Despite what he'll try to tell you, I'm Boggs. He's Pineapple Phillips. But this is a close qualifier for ESL Challenger Atlanta. And Nate, this one got much more interesting seeing how dominating NRG was on that first map. 13-5 on Anubis into Ancient, where NRG just destroyed Nouns 13-4. I'm Wildcard or a Wildcard fan. I'm quaking in my boots.
Yeah. Might be humbled in this series. NRG saw them be very inconsistent earlier, though. Disappointing first map, a dominant second. They can rein things in for this one. Maybe they can close the series in 2 and earn a spot in the grand finals. Exposed to pistol, lots of mid-control taken by the T side. OC and Donut, though, will hold things down for the time being as a man disadvantaged are NRG, but Nitro from spawn finds another to tie things up. Hex supporting, finds 1. JBA, Super Soldier, does get 1 in. A gush from Stanislaw onto Hex. But a 1v2 for the veteran IGL of Wildcard. And OC still lurking around with most of his HP and the dualies in hand. Stanislaw's going to try to take the fight. It's not going to be an easy one. Spam from OC. Next here and there. Only 6 bullets left, and Stanislaw will seize the day. Big headshot found. The issue is he thinks Hex is still towards middle, when in fact he's rotated all the way around to A main. Kind of a moot point, all things considered, when Stanislaw is already contemplating the B side play.
Unless he goes back to A, which he legitimately might, given the timing, although he almost certainly has to go to B now. Hex is starting to realize what's going on as well. Checks his 6 and should now realize in about 7 seconds that it's going to be B. So the bomb goes down. Hex will have some time. Does not have a kit. Oh, no, now he does. Now with the kit, time becomes a very minor factor. The only main one is his health. The bomb is not exactly planted for Stanislaw. Going to be a pretty tough one for Hex to root out anyway, though. Flash will give up his position. Stanislaw now has all the information he needs, and Hex needs to move. Time is running out. Oh, that's actually a nice open plant. Hex clearing towards ramp. Stanislaw in cave. Hex 3, 2. Needs the shots. Does not have time. Despite, even if he gets the kill, it's over. He'll fall on the bomb regardless. And Wildcard now 3 for 3 on the pistols. 1/2 of their total rounds won in this series have come on the pistol round.
Yeah, it's their 6th round total between these 2 maps. You mentioned 3 for 3 on pistol. That's exactly 50%. See if their rifle rounds are up to snuff, though. That's the biggest question mark for me in this one. They really struggled on Anubis. Hopefully they'll find their footing and confidence here on Ancient. It's going to be a save from NRG with one hero rifle on automatic dropped by Hexed. Very interesting round, all things considered. Wildcard going for 2 MAC-10s, 3 rifles. Only one of those being an AK. Gamble stack towards B is the call with automatic taking contact on the rifle. Wildcard kind of spread out, but leaning towards B for this site take.
Rifle gets nothing. Hexed's USP will be what gets a kill. And now it's mission save the M4A1S for Hexed and NRG as a whole. Nitro will have a MAC-10, may be able to get somebody on a lurk. But a very curious call to go in with the M4 on 1 and no investment otherwise. Hex is actually rotated into the A site as an opportunity for a lineup, and he'll get 2. Oh, this is not winnable. This is a horrible situation for Wildcard to be in. You had everything going right. You dropped the gun. Things were looking good. Now you can't even get the bomb down yet. Nitro's coming in on the flank. Stanislaw's going to watch for it, but it's all down to timing here. Hex will actually spam on the lineup, not get the kill. Will he attempt this 2 versus 1 hold, though? What? He got 1! Oh my gosh.
Down to the wire.
Why
Chaotic.
didn't the hero rifle Hexed? I mean, I know he was the one who could buy the rifle, but seriously.
He's off to a heater. Yeah, I agree. 7-1. Nearly pulled out the pistol round as well. Close is not good enough. They will have a weird cobbled together buy ones, more Hex on a FAMAS instead, some lackluster utility, automatic on an MP9. Wildcard full rifles now. They had to virtually reinvest everything because of how close that round was. Aggression down middle is the name of the game here for NRG. Good spam from Breeze as well, does some good damage. He'll be forced back, but he has support from Hex too. Again, is continuing his tear. 2 more, this time on the FAMAS. 2 versus 4 for susp and Stanislaw, both walking in a main. Both have AKs at the very least. And both have smokes with Molotovs, but sheer manpower disparity could be enough to do them in. Taps at range, do so much damage to susp. Even if he does win the duel, there's not much more they can do. Breeze drops Stanislaw. It's all up to susp. A 1 versus 3. He got the first. He does get the bomb plant as well. But again, the low HP should be what prevents him from finding this round. He's going to walk back side, swing it together. susp gets 1, almost the second. It looked doable for a moment, but the fact that he was stuck in the middle of the open prevents him from converting that spray in time. Defuse will come through, no kit required. The NRG are at long last on the board, albeit at the cost of 4 players.
That's what they really couldn't allow, is losing 4 players.
Except by even worse.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be abysmal. Although Hex will have an A1S, which is significantly better than a FAMAS, which he still made work for 2. You want to give the player who's having himself a good moment the best gun. I would have given Hex the AK in this situation.
Fair.
I'm nitpicking a little bit, but only because Hex has been so monstrous. He almost won that round single-handedly, no armor. A couple ago, and here he goes again, down through Snake, and he's taken out 2, escaping with his life. Molotov may just be enough to finish off Nitro, and he'll actually get out of there alive. 1 HP, essentially, but he's somehow still alive and fighting. Breeze is down towards B doors as well. All of Wildcard huddling in their spawn, unable to exit towards B. Lots of damage dealt, sure. But the utility that's left, 1 flashbang.
Simply seems too far gone already. A 4 spot, they can't really justify saving a MAC-10. JBA will get an upgrade to an AK at least, give them something to work with. As you mentioned, Nitro and Hex are both quite low, combined 23 HP. JBA on the B ramp. Flash Still alive, though. Spots Breeze. Can't get the kill. Breeze swinging out is the one to best in that engagement. Furthering the advantage 5 versus 2. 4 versus 2. Stanislaw finds 1, but the FAMAS again doubles down, this time for Breeze. He will be traded, but Sonic in a 1 versus 4. And 20 seconds left to get the bomb down. Seems near impossible, especially with this flank and cave.
He's trying to bait out peaks. Is successful for 1. Eats a nade on the next attempt. Can't get the bomb down as automatic bides his time. That cave flank consequential, as you astutely mentioned. And so we're tied at 2, and Wildcard's lack of success on gun rounds is continuing to hold true here in map number 2. NRG bolstered significantly by Hext's prowess. Tie it up. No buy here from Wildcard. I think they'll go for a deagle, and that's going to be about it. A flashbang and a deagle. That's all they can afford. What should surely be a third on the board for NRG with minimal, if any, casualty. And maybe even more kills for Hext. Although it's going to be Sonic who gets a gift from Automatic pushing down bottom middle. OC's around now, and he gets run down by the Deagle, who has 2. It's susp to answer back onto Hext. And they have a man advantage on the Wildcard side, which should have had no business doing this damage, which should have had no business being successful in this round, has now netted at least 3 kills, an AK for Fozy, at least the bomb down for Breeze for NRG. But Wildcard have made this expensive, and that is no small feat considering the lack of money for NRG right now, and still technically a winnable round for the T's too. Timing from Stan onto Nitro may just yield another kill, and will be successful at that, surely! That was a bit more messy than it needed to be, but Breeze hopefully can lock it down for NRG, but for Wildcard, they can smell the blood in the water. It's all down to timing here. Fozy just needs a headshot. Oh, he sprayed too early.
Too early. Breeze gets the first. Catches the player flanking with Stanislaw. Fozy's on 30 HP. They're both just about a 2-shot. It's all on who pulls the trigger first.
Aim Fozy, though.
Actually, it might be a 1-shot because of the lack of armor. You're right. Fozy gets the bomb. Tries to bait this player in, but Breeze is ready. None of these rounds for NRG have been clean. They've been down to the wire. They've been expensive. But at least they're wins. The issue is it does not build up that CT economy. It means they're constantly on the brink of being reset, and they realize that. They need to lock things in. They need to keep them cleaner, because otherwise they're always on the cusp of being reset and losing the momentum entirely. It's timeout very well used, I would say.
I agree. Well timed.
Breeze can drop 1. Everybody should be able to get rifles. Wildcard, though, another chance at bat with AKs in hand and good utility. Question is, will they get shut down in the first 5 seconds by Hext once more?
Or will NRG elect to play a little more passive? They don't really have great economy. They haven't been able to build a good economy. They've relied on Hext to get the job done. Maybe something a little more conservative, a little more defensive. Scratch that. It's 2 pushing down middle instead. Nades will fly through, won't do anything, but the MP9's running around. Automatic with 1+ damage onto another. The A main peak from Breeze takes JBA to 22 HP. And so NRG will try to, again, suffocate this T side and lock them into their own side of the map. A very aggressive and offensive defense from NRG right now. No answer back yet. Susp has had a good game so far from Wildcard. He was a bit absent on Anubis. But again, something significantly lacking from this T side in Wildcard.
Yes, there is. It's slow. Slowly get control here without being punished too much. They lost 1 early, but it's still recoverable. Now have cave as well. Contact. Call. Nitro. Gubby. Looking for something. OC to win the first duel. Spot comes in though. Nitro distracted. Caught from the side by Stanislaw. Advantage remains. Automatic though. Good timely flank. And it will secure one, tying things up. No, they're actually advantage now, furthering it. In fact, Stanislaw now the last alive, caught by Automatic. And there's the clean round we were waiting for from NRG. Only one player falling. AK's on the rest. Very well done, the defense.
Nice, clean retake there from NRG. Very quick, very efficient. And Wildcard, failing to do anything consistently positive. Bomb plant, sure, but they're going to call a timeout here and see if there's any positive effects to follow. Will they even go for a full investment? I doubt that. Half buy, more likely. That seems to be the cause. Susp on a Galil, no arm or no utility, no helmet. Sonic stand, Tech 9 vest and helm. JBA, Tech 9 vest. Vozy will probably save for the op. And maybe something a little faster from Wildcard here. But it's rifles up for NRG. And a chance to try and build up some economy, which they have struggled to do, as we've mentioned these last few rounds. No op for OC either, which you definitely want him on the op. You saw some great shots from him on Anubis, rather. He's been in good form today. Nade into Automatic. Messes up his flashbang, but he'll still continue to scale forward. Stanislaw, meanwhile, running all alone onto the B site. Tagged down incredibly low, but he has not been dropped, but he's just a bit of a distraction right now. He's a human decoy. He'll back away, and NRG are content to let him go. Automatic heard to be close, has to be careful not to get overrun by the pistols, and he'll back away into Donut. Sonic hot on his heels, pushing around, gets the shot. Automatic can't convert it. And now Breeze is in a bit of a tough position over on A with a few different angles to keep an eye on, and we'll get a boost as Wildcard back out of A and move toward middle. NRG over-rotating, over-stacking. And it might just come back to bite them.
Might just. It's meandering from Wildcard is working out in the meanwhile, in the short term. If they don't know what they're doing, then neither does NRG.
Classic.
And it's secured. Bomb plant will go down with this CT control. And Hex, very unenviable fight on the ramp. He's caught. Wildcard might just win this half by round. Right, their slow start. OC. Let's find an inroad. He's on this flank, spotted. A nade. Is that the player that's lit? It is, but he's not hurt enough to fall. So the CTs will save. Stanislaw will probably find an upgrade somewhere on the ground. And the bomb will go off 3-4. Wildcard at last get back to the winning ways. OC tucked in, might just find two here. You clear him out, he finds one. Second, and Sonic won't force the issue though. Neither will the third. NRG finally stopped by a half by no less. Rifles coming through again for them, but their CT economy is now very fickle once more. If they lose this round, they're gonna be reset.
That's been the tale of the tape. Consistently in peril. Nades down middle, doesn't do much damage, but over the top of the smoke, OC is spotted, and JBA able to spray him down, loses a lot of his health en route to that kill, but it doesn't matter now that Hex has been dropped by a very aggressive peek from Vozy into Jaguar. Automatic trying to regain some control. Molotov forces him forward. He'll still spray down one, expects the second two. I believe he knows somebody's close. Oh my god. Have his teammate check. They're not clearing it. Oh my gosh.
JBA doesn't clear bottom mid either, or he just doesn't pull the trigger. Massive. Nitro flashes into B ramp though, finds one. Vozy in cave now. Into stymie Breeze on top Snake. Even footing. Flank from JBA's everything. Finds one. There we go. Two is both remaining CTs are still here. That flank Snake and that player ramp. Nitro has to fight in one direction. He chooses towards ramp and he falls. Sus finds one. Traded in kind. Breeze, a 1v3.
He has the bomb.
Bomb down at his feet over there. Take the time to reposition rather than hold the bomb proper.
Does Fozy expect him in cave? He doesn't, but he still spots Breeze anyway. Breeze not expecting a player mid-side of Snake. So we're tied at 4, and the broken CT economy, we'll see a couple of pistols upgraded and not much else. Wildcard, a chance to get a lead here towards the tail end of this half. For Fozy still maintained. Stanislaw on the Mac 10. Money's not great for Wildcard either. This is their opportunity to build a bank. Don't lose too many players. 2 would be the maximum you would consider being reasonable. JBA strolling forward, spots 1 towards Donut, gets peeked by both, and actually 3 players come through. Sonic trades 1 back, Susp with another. Sonic and Susp a pair apiece. And so a 5th round rather clean for Wildcard, just losing 1. Unfortunately, Stanislaw isn't able to upgrade to an AK. And now the buy is back out for NRG, and I believe this is the first time OC has had an op in this CT half.
I believe it is. The money was very difficult for the longest time. Finally forced to save to reassess. They will get it out. They've lost their lead. Fozy as well as an op on the other side to challenge. And mid is going to be the name of the game. 3 players running in with flashes to support. Breeze is here, and so is OC. 1 apiece. JBA does trade via the Rifler. The advantage, nevertheless, sits with NRG as they abandon the middle of the map. Wildcard take control, albeit at a hefty cost. All 3 now regrouping and looking to go towards Red Room.
That's a crispy fight won by JBA. A lineup into red, though, shut down by Hext and Nitro, who got 2. Good hold there from NRG, leveling it out at 5 apiece. Wildcard buying back in the penultimate. But now their economy hangs on a razor's edge. They'll have utility, AKs, and nothing left over in the tank. Meanwhile, NRG, the op for OC, the rifles across the board, utility and kits. And not much money either. A swing round into the penultimate, which changed the course of this game. Definitely the half. Give a big lead over to someone. They tickle Susp, but won't do much. Mid control, pensive from NRG. It's Wildcard, slow and steady, beginning to lean towards A. Leaving Fozy to probe at the B ramp. OC will deal with him easily. So the opening pick goes the way of the CT side.
Yes, it does. Not much utility left, though, for NRG. Still a minute 15 left in the run. They have 2 smokes, a flash, and a nade, and that's all. Wildcard springing their play. It's towards A. Clear things out. Susp still lurking towards B, though. Finds nothing. Furthering the advantage for NRG and the deficit for Wildcard. All 3, again, just going to group up and try to play the numbers game. This time around, it's towards Donut. Hex is watching for this. Goes for some spots to flash in. Hex finds 1 trade from Sonic, but the flash forces them back and gives Nitro some more space. He spots 1 jumping back of Donut. Don't know where Stan is. Nitro finds him nonetheless. Last alive Sonic, and he can't even find the trade. It's Nitro to find them all in towards Donut. And NRG to reestablish a slight lead.
Very confident lead as well, as they keep 4 alive in that round. Nitro heating up as well towards the tail end of this half. Very good to see that. Wildcard will force back in with what they have. Tech 9, Deagle, Galil's on 2, AK-4 Susp. Doesn't exactly inspire too much confidence, but beggars can't be choosers. Wildcard definitely not able to go and shop for the premium weaponry and utility. Lots of nade damage taken at out B ramp as well, and NRG are converging upon this position. Hext goes aggressive for 1. Nitro peeks down. He's not clear. He's got 2 from behind as the flashbang fades. Maybe even a 3rd as well onto Stanislaw. Bomb at his feet. And NRG should be able to secure the 7th as Sonic and Stanislaw strike back for a pair. 3 versus 2 in the favor of NRG, but the bomb has been recovered. And Breeze is creeping out through the middle. Will he be expected now in the 2 versus 2? They're creeping for it, but Sonic doesn't clear the boxes. He falls instead, leaving Stanislaw on the 1 versus 2. OC and Breeze, 1 player discovered, the other Unknown position. Smoke will telegraph Stanislaw's location. Will OC go for anything crazy, shots or whatnot? Hits Stanislaw with the Molotov. That's a lot of information. And now OC knows the general vicinity of the last remaining player, reading it well, but what a drive-by from Stanislaw into a winnable 1-1. Breeze peaks with utility in hand. Stan goes up, flashbang high, winnable round, and won by Breeze. Great utility, great read, and a 7-5 half lead for NRG to the break.
NRG, a narrow lead on their opponent's map pick of Ancient, 7-5 as they enter the T side. Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the mic. Stanislaw with the utility. No kit in play for the CT side. Doolies with Kevlar for susp. And a whole boatload of utility spilt around between OC and Nitro for a site take on this T side.
Bosey's going aggressive, so is JBA. Both of them landing pistol head shots. Another one from JBA. Not quite getting a third just yet. In comes Nitro, met by JBA, who grabs 4. 4 for 4 on the pistol rounds for Wildcard. But is it enough? That is the question, which so far has been answered in the negative. Wildcard need to win this map to stay alive in this series and go to Dust2. Third and final. NRG. Not going to force in here. Just going to go Glocks and play with rifles from round 15 on.
Respectable call. NRG really shine with the rifles. It does make sense. Both teams have nearly identical win rates on both sides of the map. No one is heavily favored on one or the other. Blocks down B, spot 1, but really lacked that stopping power. There should be a win for Wildcard, losing just one thus far. Okay, OC on the Glock finds a second. Surely nothing more. Stanislaw does him in. 2 fall. It's acceptable. Not the best, but still okay for Wildcard. And because Fozy stuck with just the P250, he's now able to buy an op in the first rifle round.
And that's going to be nice to have for Wildcard. Zoom banger for Fozy. MP9 for Stan. Keep an eye on that. It's AKs across the board for NRG. Utility's quite poor for the T's, though. And it's going to rain on through from Wildcard to try and chip away at the health of NRG. Down deep middle, 2 in JBA and Sonic, but it's not going to matter. Nitro entering up. It's a contact play towards B. NRG like to do these contact plays, Nate. We've seen it so many times across their now 5 maps. It works out so many times as well. Automatic spraying so much damage, but not actually getting anything in the kill department. OC will continue to force players away, but the retake is still on here for Wildcard. Molotov blooms at Sonic's feet as he deals with Breeze, but it might just... No, they're going to go for it. No reason not to now that they have a man advantage. Fozy's op is the one sort of question mark I really have. OC only going 1 for 1 is a problem. Timing against Fozy! All up to Nitro now. In-game leader to try and clutch. JBA sticking. He's not going to pop off. Sonic peeks around at the right time. Headshot and a lead for Wildcard. As the first gun round of the second half goes their way. NRG close, but no cigar. And they just lose the trade fights in that 4v4 situation towards the end.
Yes, they do. Stuck inside, no real solid, convincing post-plant positions being taken up, except for long. They kind of just fold once the site take comes through. NRG wisely lining up, or Wildcard's gonna be lining up retake utility like the T's would. Very well done. That's a scrappy buy for the T side of Mac 10, 2 Galils, and a scrappy play out middle for Automatic. Good damage, but no kills found. Fozy with the op in towards Donuts, not going to miss that opportunity. He will miss the second, though. Hex gets 1 in almost a second. Advantage secured, though. 2 versus 3 for NRG, making it 3 versus 1. Sonic actually puts the final pair to bed. 9-7 Wildcard. Finally putting rifle rounds on the board. Looking to put their map pick to bed as well, as they've broken NRG's economy.
Dust2, that third and final map if we get there, NRG. Pistols out. Tech 9's on 2, Deagle's on 2, P250 for OC. Just going to be doing damage for a bomb plant here from the T side, nothing special. No frills about this round. Nice mid push from JBA, he continues to heat up in this one. So he'll deal with Hext early on. Hex 10 to Deagle may be a bit better of an opportunity to get that kill. With the Tech 9 at range, not exactly the best at all. Donut hold from JBA is going to have to be what they have to hold out the bomb plant. Fozy coming in late has been smoked off, but he still finds one through the smoke. Bomb plant is mission number 1, and it has been achieved. Now it's damage. Sonic through. 1, only 1. Automatic and OC doing what they can to deal more damage. OC can get that op. Or he'll get an M4, excuse me. Would love to get an op here in this situation, but the op will put him down. An Automatic in that smoke, being a bit of a ninja. They're expecting him somewhere now, realizing where he can be. Diffuse is going to come through here. Automatic is just going to try and be a little bit of a rat. Do damage if he can.
Save the Kevlar.
Yep, no damage taken, so he'll only need to spend 350 on a helmet.
That is fine. That pause called, wisely used by NRG. One stat line in chat, Boggs. NRG's lost 22 of their last 24 pistol rounds.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it makes sense given how they've been performing.
Which is kind of crazy, too, to think about. That's 12 maps of Counter-Strike.
Yep, 12 maps of Counter-Strike, and they've won 1 map's worth of pistol rounds.
Yep. So it's a sub 10% win rate. That's probably closer to 8% win rate in their last 12 maps. That's my rough guesstimate on the math. I'm not going to actually do it with a calculator, unless it drives me insane enough that I actually end up doing it, but that's an abysmal number. And the fact that they're still in series and winning series is kind of crazy considering.
Yeah.
OC does have that op, though, and he'll be looking for a pick, but that stat line is one that can definitely come back to haunt a team.
It's not doing them any favors. I feel like if they can figure that out, things would be far better for them. OC up, holding on the boost up. Fozy is here, but he's at a different angle. Could potentially see an Opper's duel here in a moment. Now we're at a standstill. Just crossing the minute mark. 4 players towards B for NRG. Probably going to be a B play, all things considered, but they're hoping for an opening. There was an opportunity pushing in towards Cave, but Stanislaw and Susp are the ones that seize the day. Bozy catches automatic, trying to find anything towards ramp. That leaves just Breeze and OC across the map from one another to try and pick up the pieces. One apiece. Both find a kill. Those kills go unanswered. OC as well does get the bomb, but he's not going back towards A. The site is open, yet he's still going to stick around, hoping that Breeze will pull a rotation. JBA, though, in towards middle, finally unseats the lurk. And OC, with 25 seconds left, in a 1v3, and the very unwieldy op, gonna save. 11-7, Wildcard. It was a difficult, slow, back-and-forth start to this map. But it looks to be a convincing end. They've now won 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, the pistol round bolstering their chances. And
Well, 6
NRG,
rounds in a row.
nothing on that T side. Yeah, 6 rounds.
I said 4 because I was looking at the 7 of NRG, but it's the other way around. It's
Yep.
even more impressive.
It's been quite good here from Wildcard. The individuals are showing up. Sonic's been great. JBA's been solid. Susp has heated up. Fozy as well, having some impact. Stanislaw hasn't actually had to do that much in this half, which is a good thing. You don't want your in-game leader to have to frag. Automatics on 5 kills, by the way, Nate. I feel like that is something that may have changed the overall scope for NRG right now. They're essentially playing a 4 versus 5.
He had a really solid start in the last map, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he had a great Anubis. Fantastic Anubis. I'm pretty sure he had the most kills on the team.
Streaky.
And now he's triple negative.
And he's caught again, yeah. Opener without any damage done. NRG, the contact plays we know they love. It's towards A. They'll get control. OC as well has found something to even things up in middle. Fozy's op is looking to sway the round back into his team's favor. No. Breeze lurking up, back call finds that. NRG might be finally putting something together on this T side. They have a man advantage. Site control.
Molotov does damage, leaving OC in a 1 versus 2 as Sonic and Susp find entries back in. Up to Susp and Stanislaw now. The op not exactly the best gun to have in the situation, but OC might just have to make it work. Both players coming through the same angle. Op shot missed. That sets up Wildcard for success. OC stuck now between flames. 1 shot, 1 kill.
he's not
Stands
fetching it.
holding!
Awkward end to what could have been a massive clutch for OC. The veteran IGL just sticks the defuse, doesn't respect the possibility, and that steals away what could have been a climactic clutch from OC. 12-7. Wildcard, you can never count them out of these rounds, even when they're on the back foot, even when they have nothing going their way. They find ways back into it. Those 2 entries to swing the favor back towards the CTs was huge. 12-7, now 5 map points, and it looks like we're going to be off to Dust2 sooner rather than later. Because Wildcard's CT side has been infallible. 7 in a row, looking to make it 8 as a statement to close this one out. Nitro, though, not going to let it go by the wayside easily. Finds the opener, albeit at cost of HP. Susp spraying down, finds one, automatic a trade, maintains an advantage, and the flash is so good. Breeze takes down Sonic. It's not going to be a flawless CT side for Wildcard. Still have
You say that.
4 more chances following this. No way JBA goes for it. No way.
After he won that fight, I was thinking he might just go for it. Unfortunately, he doesn't know automatic's 1 HP. Nitro's 36. If he did, that would probably convince him to go for it. Although actually the money on his team is pretty bad, despite winning all those rounds in a row. CT economy is always the cruel mistress. And so, NRG will finally get one back on the board. Good opportunity to grab 2 in a row as well. Get to within 3 rounds, look for overtime. Be a very long way back in, but not as long as could have been otherwise. 5 rounds is still technically doable. It's pretty tough. But it all starts with 1. Take it 1 round at a time. Claw back. And Wildcard are actually going to go into this one with all they have. MP9s on 3 that saved 8K and an op tossed over to Fozy. Will NRG expect this kind of an investment? I'm not sure because it came very late. The utility's minimal. But the firepower is there, at least with the op. The MP9's nothing to shrug at either. And Stanislaw all the way down with susp in tow. So much information. In comes an MP9 swing. 1, 2, 3. Sonic. MP9 up close and personal. Greets them all with death. Fozy, a nice shot at OC. And Hext has no idea what happened to his teammates as Wildcard's Force Spy looks to be paying massive dividends here and pushing this to Dust2.
Pushing this to Dust2. The MP9s sing for Sonic. He got in front of the flashbangs and NRG wasn't respecting the close play. An oversight that will cost them this map. Next, working out middle, 1 versus 4. 50 seconds, no bomb. And all 4 defenders keenly watching that bomb. Hext, good read onto the first towards Donut, but he can't connect the shot. Now it becomes all the more difficult as Wildcard know where he is. He'll sling forward, hoping to isolate 1, but no. The Oppa Fozy at range finds him 13-8 in favor of Wildcard, only dropping 1 round on that defensive side. That is quite the statement from them. I was worried they weren't going to show up in the series.
Yeah, Wildcard brought it back. They finally got something going after a pistol round. They had rifle rounds work their way. Sonic had an incredible game, and they were able to take, especially when you consider the fact that Wildcard lost 1 round and only 1 round on their CT side of Ancient. What are we going to see? Both teams are good on it. Both teams played a decent amount, 10 times for NRG, 8-2, 15 times for Wildcard, 11-4. Yes, the head-to-head goes to Wildcard, but as we saw against Nouns, that doesn't necessarily matter. Here we are on Dust2, though, the Opper's Paradise. I'm excited to see Fozy and OC go head-to-head multiple times. But let's see how the pistol round goes. So far, Wildcard 4 for 4. And NRG 2 and 24 in their last 12 maps on pistols. So not exactly a stellar statistic for the now T side, but it would be a good change of pace to finally put pistol round on the board for them here.
Be a great time to find success after a long time struggling. P250 for Hext, Smoke for Nitro. Hext is a P250 super soldier, might I add. Sonic the same, albeit with dualies instead. Flash Smoke for Stanislaw. Susp not being cleared in pit is a tremendous oversight. JBA finds one. Susp just whiffs it all. Punts that one away, and that's a boon to NRG in this pistol. Nitro trying to sling forward in the smoke. It's by Sonic. No kills on either side as of yet. Nitro stuck between 2, trying to find anything. Will not be successful. There we go, finally finding one. Dan drops Breeze in the meanwhile, however, and Hex only just evens things back up. 2 versus 2. The combined 38 HP for the T-side players. JBA has to contend with Hext in pit. His steps were heard. He'll swing. Hext gets the kill. Stanislaw now in a 1v2.
No kit for Stan, but a lack of health on the NRG players. Nitro at 37, Hexed at 1. One tickle to the toe of Hexed will do him in. Nitro's the one with health. He'll have the bomb and he'll cross safely, but he'll get domed now as he tries to take the fight. Time now favoring Stanislaw. He knows where Hexed is. Does not need to take it. He's wide swinging anyway, though. Headshot delivered. And now 5 for 5 on the pistols are Wildcard. 2 and 25 for NRG. And now 13 maps of Counter-Strike. And a critical pistol round that reasonably NRG should have had once it got to a 1 versus 2. They give the 1v1 duels to Stanislaw, who does not fail to deliver. And now it's an AK hero for automatic. Again, a hero AK for automatic with Hexed dropping that over. I disagree with that heavily. That's like dropping the AK to Zeus in a hero round when you have Simple. Not to the same extreme, but it is in a similar vein.
It is, but he's the only one that can afford the AK. That's why they have to do it.
Then let OC get an op early.
Also a good point. Susp on B finds one. Sonic a second. Sonic a third. The MP9s are shutting it down. Hex picked up the AK and falls. No kills. Found an MP9 heavy round. Works out in the favor of Wildcard. Clean and flawless. They don't grab the AK though. Unfortunate side note. NRG still going to go for the investment. Hex on the Galil. Compromised much like last time they went for that rifle drop. I also wanted to say, Boggs, Wildcard gave so much to NRG in that pistol round, and yet they still come up short.
Yep, that...
They flub pit. That should have been the round there.
It should have. That's what I mean. NRG had no business losing after they win the pit fight.
It's insane. Their woes continue. Fozy goes for the only upgrade on this CT side. That's an op as well. So an op and MP9s hold off against this investment from NRG. Speaking of which, has a Galil and a Deagle in hands of Hexed and automatic. Ortons clears the call. Sonic with the MP9 can only do a boatload of damage. Instead, it's the Galil to find the kill. Still a slow round for NRG. Not going to commit anywhere as of yet.
Slow, methodical again from NRG. Molotov out. Time dwindling once more. And Wildcard are actually abandoning the A side proper and pushing up through long. That's a long-range duel won by the MP9, one that it has no business having any success in. And that's going to give Wildcard a little more information as to what's going on, although it's an audible call out middle now as Breeze will take out Susp. That is good, but Fozy's op quick on the trigger, spots the bomb being grabbed. And here comes JBA, spraying and praying, but his prayers fall on deaf ears.
A little bit too much praying. Not enough spraying. Breeze.
Or maybe too much spraying.
Fair. Reset. Breeze planting for long. One player left is Fozy. He was known to be at B with this op. Probably going to save it. Well, Hex appears to be trying to hunt him down. He didn't hear the scope. Should be a kill. No, not quite. Fozy. So be careful. There we go. Awkward engagement. Nitro and Breeze. Both escaping it long. Both have AKs. Probably going to save these. Don't want to hunt too voraciously. Build up that T-side economy instead. NRG on the board with the first rifle round.
But that was mostly a bonus. That was MP9s and an op.
The Opera had 3,300 in the bank too, so they can easily reinvest.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sonic's low, actually.
Fozy will drop Sonic. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. They're going to go utility on Fozy instead. Maybe they're going to have him anchor B again, which is a bit difficult to do as an op.
He spent $4,000. He had to drop someone. I don't know if maybe drop Stan, maybe drop JBA. Yeah, if we drop JBA, he only spent 3,400.
Yeah.
Hard call to make, but you can respect it. Young gun.
Oh, I think I know what's happening. Sonic's going to play buddy system with Fozy, and if the op drops, Sonic's just going to pick it up.
That makes sense.
Not a bad second, not a bad 2-op setup to have. Sonic, a former opper in his own right.
Slow round again. Low tons control for NRG. Gonna transition into mid control. Sonic is here with the Deagle though. Tag teaming with the op as you mentioned. Where is he? Where's the op gone?
He's actually gone to A.
Interesting call. And Nitro will smoke for a mid to B play. It does look like B is the site of choice as well. 3 in tons, 2 now outdoors. Just under a minute left. Sonic with this Deagle is tucked in with support on the rifle.
Ooh, AK. Crosses it.
Next, a big one to find. 3 versus 3. It looked like it might be a shutout. It's instead a B site cracked wide open. 3 versus 3 retake with an op in hand for Fozy as well is going to be a difficult task for Wildcard. Also have to contend with automatic in middle as well. Barrel spotted. Famas wins it. Advantage secured.
Molotov, flash available, HE2. That actually forces OC away. That'll allow them to hear his Singe as well. Flash goes high. Hext is here, and he'll win the first duel against Stanislaw. OC and Hext locking it down, but JBA goes around side. They've spotted out. No, they haven't spotted OC. He'll clutch up from under window. JBA, or rather Fozy, needs to clear under window. You have to clear that angle. That's B-side retake 101.
It's the first angle you clear.
Why is he looking car when his teammates back sight?
Fumble. A round stolen away by OC. Now has an op in hand as well. Wildcard's economy is going to be set. They're on pistols, and OC boosted up middle, gets 1 kill and dinked. At that long range, the Deagle does not one-shot. Fun fact.
I believe it's the old Dust2 has the only angles that are not one-shottable with the Deagle. Long A to pit, and that angle we just saw.
Control taken from Wildcard. They're gonna hold these close angles with the pistols. Flashes in. JBA gets 1. Hext enters back with 2. The USP is Stanislaw. Double dinks Hext. Pretty good damage done now. Fozy still has his Deagle as well. They've grouped up and are now walking it long. NRG, though, stalled out, waiting for this kind of press. OC on 3 HP with bomb in spawn is looking for this exact call at long doors. Never mind. Timing couldn't be worse. Nitro might just get shot in the side of the head. The USP strikes again for Stanislaw. He finds yet another on the free pistol. 2 versus 2 OC load. This is recoverable for Wildcard, and it would definitely stymie the hopes of NRG. Force them into a likely save for round number 6.
It would be a gut punch. And they're going to go for it. Past. It's round on. It all comes down to whether or not OC hits this shot against Fozy. Or timing, rather. Molotov forces Breeze into the open, but OC will flick around. Stanislaw low on health. Not much of an opportunity to clutch this up, but he'll still give it at least the college try. Smoke fades, but Stan! One quick headshot. Now it's... Oh, the nade. Oh, OC has the nade. The nade could finish it off. Does OC toss it? Does he peek? Stan already has 1 ninja. He has not popped off the bomb. OC creeping in. Timing there. He'll win the duel. And he should be able to get out of there before the bomb explodes as well. But a narrow victory for NRG. And what did Wildcard go into that round with? Deagles and USPs.
Did a boatload of damage as well. Only 1 surviving. That was OC, and only with 3 HP.
Yeah, they got 497 damage, Nate.
Insane. Timing was against NRG multiple times in that round. Attack pause called, because they know how close they were to fumbling that one. Because of it, they're on a save, or not a save, but a cobbled together by it. Again, a lot of compromises being made. Hext and Breeze on Galils. Nitro can get an AK, albeit at the cost of 1 or 2 pieces of utility. Meanwhile, Wildcard have a full investment. Up for Fozy. and M4 surrounding. No kit, though, which could come back to bite them.
That's something that you can see quite often, is the lack of a kit taking a team down.
Wildcard in the round prior.
Yeah.
Would have won it.
Again, last round they shouldn't have bought a kit because they didn't buy anything at all. Or almost nothing.
Yeah, but you know the point I'm making.
Yes. I just didn't want people to take that as buy a kit every single round, regardless of the situation.
Oh, yeah. Realistically, you aren't expecting to get that far.
Yeah.
Planning on dying before a bomb plant.
You should not have gotten down to a 1 versus 1 there.
No. Should have been 3 at minimum standing by the end of it.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Leg shot from OC, or wallbang shot rather, on the susp, who will try to spray down a pair, but he will find nothing but death and damage, but not a kill. Smokes down alert from Automatic out in the middle as well to try and shut down these retake crosses through mid. Bomb not yet planted. Automatic is expected, though. This is a good read. He's been lurking throughout the course of this evening. Stanislaw blind, running and gunning. Works for 1 and 2. Hex there for the trade. And a second as well on the window. Hex right-clicks that molly up. It falls forward. And JBA backs away. 2 versus 2. Both through doors. Hexed another. An Automatic spray. Wild, but contained in the end. NRG up to 4 now. So Wildcard still sit with 2. What a round from Hexed. He has been the engine for NRG. Well, actually, I think that's a bit selling him short for the most part. He's been the entire powertrain.
Yes. Reason they still can go forward. Massive from him. He has 12 kills thus far. I also want to highlight this map. While both teams are good on both sides, both teams are also slightly CT-sided. Nitro. Abandoning middle but flashing to hopefully get some information. NRG made the right read going straight towards B. Automatic outside long doors is holding for the press. He'll get mobbed down by the numbers. Losing only 1 would be an acceptable outcome for this round. Breeze finds another. Just hiding in T-spawn, looking for the cross tunnels. Ozzy with Scout just looking for exits. Nice one onto the Opper, winning the Opper's duel with not an op in hand. Still a 2 versus 3. They're going for exits. They're not trying in this one. Breeze will grab the rifle. Don't think JBA will be hunted down top middle.
And Nitro won't be able to recover an AK. So he'll bring a Galil into the next round. Now, will Wildcard have helmets across the board? We'll see, but the Galil may be something to... Oh, Fozy died at the end, but that's just the scout. He'll get an op anyway, so it's not bad.
Get no armor, nothing to save.
Yeah, nothing besides just maybe some exit damage, and he would have tossed out the scout anyway. That's inconsequential. There was that AK that JBA had, and helmets on 4. So Nitro's Galil, essentially a more unruly and generally worse M4 in this round.
Rosie's op has been slow to start. It's round 8 and he has 3 kills. Not what you want on a map like Dust2 where the op is very centric to your play. Rosie. I called. Asked him to step up. He won the Opper's duel again, this time with the op. Stanislaw, another. The flash is so good that Fozzy doesn't fall back. Fozy. JBA will trade.
Oh that's like the 3rd time NRG go out long and don't clear pit.
We're worried about the corner. Stanislaw spotted on Cat and a Molotov, but it's inconsequential. Susp drops automatic. Last alive is Breeze, and he was spotted catwalk. He will provide no resistance. Will offer up an AK for the CTs to pick up. The op was not recovered, which means they have to reinvest into it. JBA will drop that weapon. NRG's money's all over the place. Some players can invest, some players can't. Automatic's at 1,400. He'll go for a P250 investment. Oh, changing to perhaps a Deagle. Oh, still a P250. 3 AKs, Galil, P250. a dream for NRG. Wildcard looking to bring this within 1 round. Round number 9.
They want to bring it as close as they can and maybe get a lead out of this half, at least tie it up. If they can get a lead, that would be huge. Also, susp has good taste in M4s. Don't see the Dragon King all too often. But it's Stanislaw to open it up, and there's susp to answer with one through the smoke and make it a second two, continuing to spray through the tunnel smoke. No response from NRG, not even a bullet fired back, as 0 points of damage taken by Wildcard. And NRG left wondering what to do now. In a 2 versus 5, do they save? Do they try to go for something? A Kobayashi Maru here. And sooner or later, the round will end. Just how many NRG players remain is the only question left to be answered. And how long will it take?
NRG fallen flat in the last couple rounds.
Mm-hmm. Only Hext is getting kills, mainly.
It's not been encouraging. Yeah, Hext is the only one. The powerhouses you mentioned. Thought they might be saving. So kind of
at this point, they might as well.
Yeah, they have to. Nitro is still sitting in spawn. I was wondering what he was doing, jumping around in the car. Just establishing a safe perimeter for the time being. 4 to 5 for Wildcard, though, and these 2 saving means they're probably going to invest in round number 10. Given the fact that we're going to have $150 and $50 respectively in the bank. Also, somewhat delayed update that we haven't mentioned. I meant to earlier. Nouns 2 0'd party astronauts. Rather cleanly as well. 13-8, 13-2 on Anubis and Vertigo. That means that party astronauts have been eliminated from contention in this closed qualifier. And Nouns is waiting in the wings for the loser of this upper bracket final. That match will be tomorrow at 2:30 Pacific. Tactical pause used by NRG, rightly so. Although it's still up in the air. Are they going to force or are they going to save? 2 players have such little in the bank. I feel like they kind of have to.
I think they have to go in.
Thinking Tech 9s and Armor, go lower tons to Cat quick, something along those lines. Something just...
Maybe even just explode mid, try to overwhelm Fozy.
That also works. No, they're saving. 3 Glocks and a little bit of utility. Automatic spotting with the jump and under. Hero rifle. Pushing out mid and out tunnels.
Also, Nate, as you mentioned, party astronauts losing also means that they no longer maintain the services of Sixy or Wolfie. This was their last event unless they qualified for ESL Challenger Atlanta. So now Wolfie and Sixy, both free agents. Interesting to see where they will end up after the post-major qualifier shuffle, which is almost inevitable at this point to begin soon. Some inroads Cat gained by NRG. Molotov will be tossed way too late by Stanislaw. Nade might be well-timed, though. Chunks down a couple of players significantly, but they had no armor. Another nade tossed in by Stan. Even more chip damage done. And in comes the cavalry as he's bought time for rotations, only getting 1. The AK grabbing 1, the Glock another. And a bomb plant here for NRG is something that they were not expecting and is quite a nice boost to this round. Breeze has armor, too. If he can recover a gun, that would be huge. OC, headshot angle. Needs to be careful. He's low on health. Oh, it's Nitro actually who gets that kill. And Fozy's off in this scenario is just about needing to bail out.
Grabs an AK, falls back to try and stay alive, but his toes are spotted and automatic will not whiff the spray. Get a slow start, but he's waking up. Veteran for NRG. They secure a 6th. They steal a 6th is the best way to put it. That was a save. 3 Glocks and 2 rifles. All they really had to work with, and yet they made it look clean. Big boost to their economy in these final pair of rounds. No op for OC. Just AKs. Fozy has the CT Zoom Beggar already in hand.
Fozy right and ready to go. Wildcard looking to tie this half at 6. They need 2 in a row. NRG committing some larceny, maintaining their lead, looking to set up for a second half. Nade, nice on the breeze, but the kills need to be there too. Stanislaw's been a menace for Wildcard, in fact leading the charge in terms of kills. But generally, I would say not too many memorable ones.
No, kind of spread out.
Yeah. Kind of the opposite of the "you remember Guardian" flick meme from way back in the day.
Yeah.
Dating myself there.
Old.
I
Very
miss
slow
Guardian.
one. I'll do. Coach now. 42 seconds remaining, and they finally do something. A press out middle for a bit of a fake is caught. Stanislaw and Fozy as well find another pair between them. NRG are falling flat. The spray from Stanislaw belabored. He's finally caught, but 28 seconds left in a 2v4 for this final pair. Sonic caught by the Molotov, spread in an unfortunate way. Maybe an opportunity now for NRG as they have space to put the bomb down. Still have 3 to contend with. There's going to be a play on catwalk from 2, a walk up long from 1. Automatic though, ahead of that flash, lines them up. A double for him, leaving just JBA crossing. He's also similarly caught. NRG steal away the round. What was it? I think a 2 versus 5 between the pair of OC and Automatic. A big round for them to find. NRG a guaranteed lead on their T side.
Guaranteed lead and potential for more than that, as Automatic gets a gift with that lineup while blind, and OC locks down the last he needed to find. Double MP, triple MP9s, the op for Fozy. Sonic has an M4, no kits, minimal utility for the CT side. And their chances, their hopes and dreams are beginning to fleet away again, although we saw how they were able to turn the tide back on Ancient with a very stellar comeback in that second half, 8 of 9. But that was on the CT side, not on the offensive. Right now, the big names you'd like to see firing for Wildcard. JBA, Sonic, Fozy, and susp. Silent. Their in-game leader. 2.0 KD. Tied for the most on the server in terms of kills with Hexed, who has had some run support from Automatic and OC. The fact of the matter is 4 of 5 on Wildcard under 10 kills. And drastically so for 2 of them. Not a good spot to be. And contact out long. Do they clear long pit? Do they clear pit? They clear pit! And that opens up some space to take.
40 seconds left. NRG again kind of letting time dwindle away. Stanislaw and Catwalk spotted. He has a duo with him, a secondary partner, and that player, Sonic, will not miss on the first. The issue is Breeze will get a double in response. That leaves susp and Fozy. Now just Fozy alone to clutch. A 1 versus 4 with the op in hand. His jump got blocked. Very unfortunate there. He might have been spotted as well. Has the makings of an 8 for NRG. Spot comes in. Good shot from Fozy. Second expected, but the shot whiffs. And that should be all she wrote. Fozy trying to find it, but no. NRG, an 8-4 lead as we hit the halftime break.
I see you when you hide your feels from me. Why you heavy-hearted? Cut the silence, talk to me. Release your mind, get what you need. Easily, we've been falling in disbelief. I think I'm ready for another try. But this feels like the last time. So why did you say goodbye? It's better to say goodbye. Why did you say goodbye? did you say goodbye? It doesn't matter. We seem too young to understand. For the better. The weather changes when we dance. Belong together. Catching sunsets, riding waves. We stay forever. Where the rhythm never ends. 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 Where the rhythm never ends.
An 8-4 lead for NRG as they recoup what was a dismal mid-half-ish slide, the best way to put it. Now they have a difficult task ahead of them, pistol round. As we talked about, 2 in the last 25 being one for them. Been 5 for 5 in favor of Wildcard in this series. Early contact in the tunnels. Breeze and Hexed looking to shut it down. Maybe they'll break the curse at a critical juncture. Dualies for Hexed and Breeze. 2 versus 4 for Stan and JBA. Pistol round victory will be huge for NRG. 9-4, likely 10-4 as well. There, it's only a hop and a skip to victory.
Well, given NRG's pistol round record, I'm almost expecting Wildcard to win this. As insane as it sounds. JBA looking for something. Won't quite find it. Waits for Stanislaw to group up. Ooh, gets a little bit of chip damage onto Hexed. And now they'll go on in. Go for the fights. Succinctly ended by NRG. First pistol round of this series and 3rd in 26 for NRG. And it could not come at a more timely point. NRG want to be in the grand final. And now they're 4 rounds away.
Rounds away. If they win this, I guess it's not a bonus, or it's not a force. What is it?
Anti-half?
I was wondering where the scout came from. It looks like it was dropped by Stanislaw.
Yep.
Very interesting call. Fozy has been influential with this weapon, so I don't hate it, but the fact that no one's forcing around with them is a bit concerning. Is they're going to rely heavily on that scout to do the chip damage required. There's a deagle for JB and a P250 for susp. No Kevlar. A dream. Minute 25. Wildcard is holding, waiting for a press. A press which will not come through. NRG are happy to sit and rest on their laurels, knowing they have the riflery advantage.
They don't need to push. They don't need to peek. They just need to connect the kills that they should find. And for NRG, that has been relatively easy to do in these last few rounds as they've taken control of Dust2. Wildcard. I would like to see a timeout from them going into the next gun round. Honestly. There's no margin for error now. presumably down by 6, barring anything crazy. Now, do they clear pit? I would assume they do since they played it themselves. Oh, yeah, flash for pit. No, they don't clear pit. Oh, my gosh, they don't clear pit.
They went to clear pit, not the close plat. So Breeze gets 2. It's an upgraded rifle, though, potentially for Stanislaw. Automatic, though, catches the lurk of Sonic. Fozzy's Scout. Makes it recoverable, however. 2 versus 3. Hext is still tagged as well. The FAMAS of automatic is oppressive, and Hext peeks up off contact. 10 to 4 NRG. Stem the bleeding, keep 3 up. Pick up the M4s as well. Wildcard. Need to step on the gas. Do or die at this stage. We're going to buy up. Tech 9 for Stan. 3 AKs and an op for Fozzy, who has no utility or next to no utility. Rather desperate for this T side.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. And the bottom mid peak from Fozzy does not yield any damage. Solo B hold for NRG right now. It's Nitro MP9 on one of the hardest sites to retake in the game of Counter-Strike. A site Inferno, B site Dust2, infamous for their difficulty on the retakes. A little bit of a mid spam coming through from both sides, neither team taking damage. The Vice closing on Wildcard. The trash compactor walls closing in. B split on the cards with that smoke going down. Push coming through. Up on scaffolding. Automatic sprays for 1. Turns away from an anti-flash. Taken out by Stanislaw. But here comes Nitro. Here come Hext. And Hext actually has to exit the site as he's tagged down low. Will get hunted by Stanislaw as well. Great aggressive play. The bomb will be recovered. And Stanislaw, another big kill, leaving it down to JBA in a 1 versus 1 with OC, who has 1 solitary point of health. The bomb down, but the health does not favor the NRG Opper. JBA backs into sight. Plants on the boxes too. That's a nice little interesting plant. And I do like that because he can instantly pop back up to window.
Does he expect the cross to tunnels? Does he expect this quick play from OC? Timing's everything. He does. He's going to go clear it. It looks like he's at least. OC swings out. JBA is ready, expecting that peak. 5 to 10, Wildcard win a critical round, albeit an expensive one. And once more, it's off the back of the IGL. Stan pressing forward, Tech 9 forces the issue. I think he got 3, if not 4 in that round. He got the first with the Tech 9, the second as he pushed out window, the third on the fadeaway, and then did 99 to OC to ensure that JBA could take the round. This is a monstrous performance from him. As you mentioned, nobody's really answering the call to support.
Yeah, it's Stanislaw, and then everybody else. We're 16 rounds deep, and nobody besides Stanislaw has double-digit kills. He's about to hit 20. Hext also has 20 kills, but Automatic has 16. He's got friends. Meanwhile, Fozzy will tag Automatic down a little bit, down to 29 HP, but that's armor and P250 there. The buy is abysmal for NRG here, but they're going to counterforce and try and do what they can. Double eco situation, might as well go for it. Would love to see Hext get into a good position to farm. Love to see Nitro get something done with that M4 in hand. He's had a very quiet game.
Very quiet, borderline absent.
Feel like Nitro's either top of the scoreboard or bottom of the scoreboard, and there is no in between. Ooh, that's a great shot onto OC from Fozzy. And speaking of Nitro, he's going to go save.
At this point, wise, Automatic, only he could grab that FAMAS, that would be worth saving. It's now in no man's land. Let's save the Kevlar and helmet at least for the following. Maybe try to go for an exit with the P250, but don't overcommit. 6 to 10, Wildcard staving off NRG for the time being. Slowly coming back into this, still trailing by 4, but momentum is with them. And this next round is going to be a save from NRG.
Easy 6 hundo for Sonic. Nitro will try to fight his way out of this. 2 players converging on his position through tunnels. Nobody else around. 1 needs 2 to keep this M4 alive. Sonic, nice rotation around, but Nitro is able to clean up the mess. And so Wildcard will get 2 in a row. But it's definitely not the cleanest. They'll have to reinvest a little bit. NRG, however, have the saved rifle of Nitro and nothing else. So they'll try to play around that rifle, put it in positions to get some kills, drop some guns, and then go from there. But this should be a 7th on the board for Wildcard. Posey peeking back down middle again. Running forward with that scout, really taking advantage of its movement speed too. Which is nice to see. He has a different playstyle with the op and the scout. He's been very good with that scout too, hitting headshots quite consistently. JBA and susp though are the ones to find kills. Stanislaw goes back for more. Sonic helps out too. And Breeze with the salvaged M4, only good for 1 extra before being put down by Sonic. 7 now for Wildcard. Sonic picking up the pace, helping out Stanislaw consistently now. And this is now the real test for Wildcard. If they want to draw close to level, they need to win this now. They lose this round, NRG gets set up on the fast track to victory.
NRG get 11 or NRG are dropped and they have to save the following. This would confirm a momentum shift to Wildcard if it goes their way. Posey done trifling with the scout, brings the op back out. He's looking for this B-site defender. There are 2 this time around, Nitro and Hext. Backside under window, spotted, tagged through the wall. This nade might actually finish him off. Very well thrown. He's at 1 HP. The flames lick at his heels, and he finally falls. Very well done from the opera to find that opening. Automatic rotating around now, looking to hold middle is where the take is coming through. Be compelled through the smoke. Has support from Hext.
Only 1 from Automatic, as susp is there to trade. Hext now has it all to do. Drops down, looks for more. Breeze flanking through long doors. Sees an empty expanse ahead of him. As the bomb works its way through upper tons. A lurk kill for Breeze will at least level this out to a 3 versus 3, but Hext's position is known! And he's unable to get anything but a massive amount of damage. No utility for NRG here. And it all really relies on, actually, no, they're not even going to go for anything. They're going to call it quits, save the op, and save the M4. Play exits with Breeze. And Wildcard now, closer and closer to cementing the momentum. Not as clean as they would have liked. Not as confident as it probably should have been to really firmly cement the momentum in their favor. But darn close to it.
Damn close. Say it. Frustrating for Hex on the back of the plat. Volleyed out, does so much damage.
Oh, yeah. The fact he almost gets 2 out of that, too.
So much damage to 2 and gets neither. It's the worst part. Damage unconfirmed, and so they are forced to say the no utility and the no kit really does add insult to injury. OC and Breeze will bring their weapons into the following round, but Wildcard, as mentioned, almost drawing even. Only 2 rounds separate them now, and NRG, a tactical timeout use, probably a wise call. As they are on the cusp of being able to reinvest. Hext and Nitro could get dropped from Moss and an M4. Automatic could buy an MP9, perhaps. Looks like they're actually going for the conservative call and saving or half buying instead.
I do like this call here from NRG. It's not over aggressive in considering the situation round wise and economy wise. It's a good balance. You can still find victory with the CZs, the op, and the M4. But it's not going to completely sink every egg into this one basket.
I want to see some aggression. Some lower tons action.
Op peak.
Op peak also good.
Never
mind.
mind.
Just holding the lower tons push that I asked for. So good they didn't go for it.
I would like to cat play with the op, especially since you can self-boost. Have a flash over.
Also be nice. I think OC just holding B for now, though.
Yeah, and leaving the
Solo
op as an
defender.
anchor on B. It's one and done.
Surprised. Next, playing close CT with that CZ. He's, I believe, in catwalk. Yep, the M4 in hand. Next, spotted trying to slink out in the middle as the smoke blooms. He's tagged down to 15. Unfortunate start for him. Wildcard. And slow. Not being punished. 50 seconds left. They're slowly getting mid-control. OC is going to be tested in a big way on B.
They're splitting in onto OC. He'll miss at the first hurdle as susp will put him down. And he'll flick around for Breeze as well. The two rifles of NRG out of the round. Inconsequential. And so save the Kevlar is the call for the remaining trio of Automatic, Hexed, and Nitro. Exit play here from Automatic. But Wildcard now draw within one. They'll have potential for a double op, but they don't want to use double op on a T side in actuality. Wise decision there. Although I'm sure Sonic and Fozy could make something work, it's better to have the fluidity and mobility of the rifles instead. 9 rounds to Wildcard, and NRG collapsing. No more timeouts either. They used their last into this round.
And found nothing for it. All 5 survive for Wildcard. CZs will save their Kevlar for the following. Wildcard win this and they get the lead. Automatic. Gonna go for an M4, I'm assuming. OC does have his op, but he's had a couple of misses. Both operas been relatively quiet on this third and final.
Surprising.
Is. Maybe change of pace. Fozy again just going towards B, looking for the opening. Nitro's again back sight. Let's see if he's punished in the same way. All 5 for the T side are here. They're actually backing out. NRG, they're very hands-off in middle, and that kind of has been exploited time and again by Wildcard.
Perhaps again here, as Wildcard are beginning to rotate around. From B to A. Over in long doors, Breeze may have a bit of an unexpected position this late into the round, although he's on the A side of the doors, and a flashbang would blind him. He's ready for a run through. How hard do they clear him? Flash goes in, doesn't blind. Sonic clears him out and clears him clean. Perfect play there. And now an anti-flash setup shutdown as OC late on the first take. Sonic 2 for 1. JBA trades out the op. And now Nitro and Hexed smoked off in towards CT. Molotov to keep them at bay. Another save presumably coming through from NRG here. And susp will at least take one more with him before he falls. Well worth the death there to at least drop one more gun. And Fozy hunting at least for a cross through doors with the big green. A 10th on the board for Wildcard. And another second half where they come alive in the dying embers and start to take control as we get to the end of the map. And towards the end of the match now, as this is the decider map between these teams. And Hexed is forced to peek right into the waiting crosshair of Fozy. No saved guns for the CTs. And Wildcard, so close now to a berth in the grand final. They can smell it. They can taste it. 3 is all they need.
3's all they need. NRG at 3 seems miles away at this point. They have been stymied and stalled for quite the while now. Finally, aggression this time towards the lower tons. Spotted by the op of Fozy. CZs need to get up close and personal. Find their effective range. A slow one from Wildcard. Trying to pinch these players into lower tons, squeeze them out. CZ's walking up. It's a labored spray from JBA that will fall. Susp is ready with the trade. Pushing low, might get timing on the Sonic. No, he's ready. Gets the gun out quickly enough. It seems like curtains at this stage. Nitro and OC, the final pair. CZ and Scout in this half buy. And 11 for Wildcard. Persistent in their comeback.
Persistent and most importantly, consistent. The individuals have been picking it up across the board. It's not just the Stanislaw show anymore. Susp has been very good in these last couple of rounds. JBA's had some good trades. Sonic has been good as well. OC misses the one opportunity he had to find a mark, and Sonic will put him down. Nitro will save an AK if he doesn't over-aggress, which he'll back away and wisely decide to hide. And NRG, no more timeouts again to use. They'll buy this next round, but should they fail to convert it, they'll be down 12-10 with nothing.
Nothing to show for it in this second half either. They won the pistol in the second. It was an 8-4 half. Got 9 and 10 right off the back, and I thought, okay, that's it. They finally figured it out. They're good on the rifle rounds, and yet they've collapsed on this defense. Fozy holding the angle for Nitro. At this point, he's done. Got by the op, hunted down. No weapons again being brought forth. It has been 7 in a row for Wildcard. NRG, again, a rifle buy on hand, but they've looked lost. Uninspired, defeated. Change something up. Hold catwalk. Play more aggressively in middle, perhaps, around the smokes. Don't let them get mid-control for free, because from there they can just pinch your B-site defenders. NRG finally find a winning recipe.
They've struggled. They won the pistol round, and not much else in this half. Nitro gets one before blinded. Still alive and kicking at tall box. No reinforcements really to help him out, but Nitro will strike for a second. Hex comes through for another. OC up on catwalk, leaving it up to JBA in a 1 versus 4. One kill to thin the economy of the CT side, but he will surely be put down momentarily. Runs out of ammunition. Block out, run down. 11-11. The buy does not disappoint for NRG, and we're tied up here again. Only 2 casualties, too, is good for NRG's economy. It's not great, but it at least keeps them within striking distance. Meanwhile, the T's plenty of money here. They'll be good in for round 24. We are going to get a full 24 rounds out of this one, this last map in this best of 3. How much more will we get, though, is the question yet to be determined. Fozy.
Hot, alone, trying to cross out. Thought he had a timing.
And he was running right to the Molotov, too, which I'm kind of concerned about.
I'm not sure what his plan was there. Susp makes inroads elsewhere, however, finding a kill onto Audi. ABA as well tagged down to 20. Tunnel's control taken by NRG. An aggressive posturing to change things up, and it's working out. Hex a quick flank onto this catwalk play. Breeze mollied out, sure, but he's still alive, and he's still distracting while this flank comes through. Breeze one off the distraction. Hex almost finding that. Sonic doubling down, actually, instead. Nitro finally drops the flank. Sonic wrestles away control of A. Somehow, Wildcard have found a way to survive with the advantage. Nitro spotted in CT. Spawn has to come alive at a critical juncture. It'd be a 1v3. And that nade is perfection. 2 HP for susp, 8 for Sonic. Nitro doesn't know this. Makes the round far more feasible. No! Sonic swings off swings for information, gets the kill, and Wildcard secure a 12th.
Match point for Wildcard, and a berth directly into the grand final if they can convert this last round of regulation. Both teams will buy whatever they can. Bozy has his op, AK's on the rest, OC has his op, M4 on 2, FAMAS on 2, no defuse kit for NRG, and an A stack early to be dismantled, but mid already under the control of Wildcard. Susp deals with Hexed crossing through CT, and Nitro in window. Susp is charging through, picking up the pieces, and picking off NRG. The bomb goes down on B. Breeze does trade him out, but now Stanislaw knows where his former squad mate has gone. Into tunnels and dealt with by Stan the Man. Up to Automatic and OC now on the retake of B. Stanislaw drops that smoke to buy more time. Again, no kit for NRG. No utility besides the flashbangs for the retake. And OC being harassed by the spam of Stan. Flashes in 1-2, Automatic running forward. Sees nothing, shut down simultaneously. And Wildcard come back to reverse sweep NRG. 13-11 in the last map of Dust2 with a massive string of 9 in a row to even get to 11. They lost 1 in the process and then shut it down with 2 more at the end. And the